Hey everybody, I'm Drew and welcome to Drinks and Spades. So with Cinco de Mayo coming up, I figured I'd make a Mexican firing squad. This drink was first documented in 19 Charles Baker in his book called The Traveling Companion. He used to travel around, he used to write about every place he went, about all the cities and all the things that you can find there, including drink. While visiting the La Cucaracha bar in Mexico City, Baker found a drink called Mexican Firing Squad and wrote about it then. At that point, it said it was created in 1937, so it was a very new drink for the time. It's a very simple drink, only having 4 ingredients, and it's very light and refreshing, great for things like May. So let's make it. Now, I am going to do the first version of if home bar, you don't have all this, you don't have all the tools, you're gonna do it just like making it at home. And then the second one I'll do is like a fancy cocktail you order out. Now to mix this drink up, we're actually gonna take a regular pint glass. I'm sure everybody has one of these at home. And then we're going to add our ingredients into there, mix it that way. We're not going to use a fancy shaker, we're not going to use anything like that. The first ingredient the recipe calls for is the juice of 2 small limes. I have larger limes, so I'll do about 3/4 ounce. That's about what it would probably work out to. Remember, with these things, you don't have to be exact. You want it more limey, more tart, put more lime. You want it less, don't put as much in. It's all up to your personal preference. So before I do this though, we're going to need peels. So I'm actually going to peel the lime to get the nice peel, and I'll show you why in a second. Chop it up. See, this is about 2 small limes now. So I'm not going to use a jigger because most people don't have a jigger at home. So what I'm going to do is grab a shot glass. And this is about 1.5 ounces. So you want the shot glass to be about half full. There you have it. The juice of about 2 small limes. First ingredient. The second ingredient it calls for is Angostura bitters. Now this is something you can usually find in a grocery store. However, it is harder to find and usually not at somebody's house. So how do we get that bitter aspect still? We take peel, edge that, throw it in. So once you put the peel in there, now to muddle it, a lot of people don't have like a muddler at home either. I'm assuming that most people don't have bar tools. So I'm going to take the spoon and push down really hard with the spoon, or something else that's more flat, just to get all the oils. And it does have that pith in it, which is have a bitter aspect to it. So now we've got our bitters, we've got our lime. The third ingredient calls for grenadine, 3/4 ounce, same amount as lime juice. I do have the store-bought grenadine. I don't love using it. It is a little syrupy and a little cheap tasting. However, it is easy to find. It's what most people are going to have in their house because most people don't want to make their own grenadine. It's simple, but still requires you to get ingredients that you normally wouldn't have around the house. So, 3/4 ounce grenadine. I do love the color though. The bright red in the drinks is very nice to look at. And then we're gonna need 2 ounces of tequila. You got a shot glass. This shot glass I know is 1.5 ounces. So I'm actually gonna do almost at the top, twice. If you have a regular shot glass, it's 1.5 ounces. You want to fill the tequila almost up at the top twice, and grenadine lime juice about halfway. Our drink is now fully made, and what we just need to do, shake it up, mix it up, and pour it in the glass. So grab about a small rocks glass with the ice from your fridge, pour it in there. At this point, you can do 2 things. You can stir it, put your spoon in, mix in, lift it, stir it. That's one way to make it cold. Or toss it between the glasses. This will also make, yeah. Now the peel, if you want it for decoration, you can just throw it in there, or you can take it out. I'm gonna leave it in there actually because I like to look at it. My drink, I can play with it. It's fine. So here you have the home version. The make it from what around the house of the Mexican firing squad. It's a little rough around the edges, but it will get the job done. Now, if you want to order this drink though and spend, let's say it's 15 to 20 bucks at a cocktail bar, and this is what they gave you, you probably wouldn't be ordering a second one. So now let's make it how we would if we were ordering it in a cocktail bar. How we expect that person to make it for us, not if we were to make it for ourselves on a Friday night. So their first thing to do, get their cocktail shaking tin. You want to get that out, best way, nice and cold. It's the proven way, all professionals do it that way. Second thing you want to do is get your ice out to temper, because I'm going to use clear ice. Now, you can make your own clear ice. For my clear ice for the videos, I always use Cristallino Clear Ice. It's a Rochester-based company. They make great product, very affordable, and you can buy like just a box of 12, or you can buy enough for a whole wedding reception. Just Google it, Cristallino Ice, Rochester-based, and you put your orders in through that way. But got my ice cube out. I have to temper it. It has to get clear. It's not fully clear yet because it has been in the freezer, and it has to get to almost room temperature on the edges for it to have the full effect that you want. Now we have our tin. We got ice tempering. Let's put the ingredients in. So first, lime. Again, always use fresh citrus, or I don't mind super juice. If you want to look up how to make that, it's awesome, but you do have to order chemicals you wouldn't normally have. But it is very tasty. But this, and I am going to use a jigger this time, because they would have a jigger. So 3/4 ounce, halfway there, as expected. On the dot, 3/4 ounce, 3/4 ounce of lime. Next up is grenadine. Now, a cocktail bar would not have Rose's grenadine. They're probably going to make their own, just like I did. So 3/4 ounce homemade grenadine. There we go. Way thicker. Again, the color is not going to be as red. There's ways to modify the colors of your drinks. Don't love them. I do think it's putting extra chemicals where you don't need to. I like things, keep things as natural as possible. Third ingredient, tequila. Now I'm using Rancho de Gloria's Jalapeno Lime Tequila. I think it will give that a little extra zip, and I'm trying to make it like a craft cocktail. So I'm trying to add a little extra fancy. And I need 2, so there's 1. Smell the jalapeno. This is gonna be good. If you like spicy, if you don't like spicy, obviously don't use jalapeno tequila. Ingredient, bitters. Now the recipe calls for 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Now Angostura bitters is like the basic bitters. That is the one that the standard that everybody uses. If a drink has bitters in it, odds are 50% of the time you're getting Angostura bitters. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, so I'm using Peychaud's barrel-aged bitters. So I think it gives that little extra woody taste I'm gonna like. So 2 dashes. And all the ingredients are now in the tin. So now I'm gonna get my ice, shake it up, and then we're gonna pour it out. So I do like the process of 1 big cube, and then 1 cube you take and you crack it into smaller, fine pieces, so you still get that dilution. Take it, pour it over, jump down, start spinning it up, 8 to 10 seconds. All shaken up, so now it's double strain and see how it looks. So we're gonna get a glass, a nice fancy looking glass. We're gonna get our cube. And if you look now it's tempered. You can actually see right through it. Mixed it in. Always be careful with ice. Even though it's tempered, it does make it stronger. You still can crack it, and again, ruins the whole essence of it. And double strain. You want it to be nice and clear, still clear. That. So then you notice the difference in the color again. Homemade grenadine, store-bought grenadine. This does look prettier. I can modify it. I'm not going to, but I'm not going to leave it like this. Let's do a fancy garnish real quick. I've got another lime. Take a peel. Peel. Let's chop it up. Get stylish. finger up. And Burrell will paint my finger red if you ever watch America's. You do a paperclip style, so all you have to do is trim it up. You go like this on the edge. And for a little extra, I'm actually going to put a little bit of rosemary. So there's the 2 drinks. Obviously the homemade one and the color's nice. The flavor of this one's probably way better, but let's try it out. So I'm going to try the home one first. Basic, great to drink, very light. It's a good drink you're mixing. Let's try my fancy cocktail one now. Oh man, the jalapeno kicks. This one's way better. I would order a second one of these very easily. Definitely the craft cocktail is the way to go. So make them home, especially this one's easy. If you want to try good bartending, there you go. Try that one out, and let me know how it goes. Or anything else you want to change up. If you have any modifications, let me know. All right, thanks for stopping by.